Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joseph Novichkov, Senior Analyst at GDMFX with the morning outlook. Starting with the US dollar, the currency which maintained its biggest weekly advance since March against major peers before reports forecasts that may show that growth in services held near the fastest pace in the last 3 years. Now, employers also added more than 200,000 jobs for the past 6 months. And also economic growth rebounded last quarter. Now, the Federal Reserve meets from tomorrow to debate the pace of interest rate increases and whether to further scale down bond purchases. The US currency was at 101.87 yen from 101.84 at the last day of last week. Right now trades a little bit unchanged at around 101.89. The New Zealand dollar fell to one month low against all of its major peers. The Kiwi versus the US dollar dropped 0.2% to 85.36 after touching 85.34, the least since June 12. In Europe, when the European Central Bank unleashed a stimulus barrage in June, it cautioned that the economic recovery would take some time to respond. Now, data due this week may test that. The inflation rate also remains 0.5% for the third month in July, and unemployment rate remains unchanged at 11.6% in June. That may fuel policymakers' concern that annual price gains will become entrenched with a fraction of the ECB's goal of just under 2%. And increased calls for further action. Now, the US dollar is at 1.3434 per euro, little changed from July 25 when it reached 1.3422 last Friday, the strongest since November 21. In the commodity sector, hedge funds increased their bets on gold rally just before prices fell for a second week as an accelerating US economy outweighed concerns that violence between Russia and Ukraine will escalate. Right now, the yellow metal is traded around 1304, a level after the first back-to-back weekly decline since May, as of course investors are weighing the situation in Gaza along with the health of the US economy. West Texas Intermediate crude trades near the lowest level in a week on speculation that economic data this week may signal slowing growth in the US, the world's largest consumer. Now, oil slid last week after data showed gasoline stockpiles rose for a fourth month high, fueling speculations of slowing demand. The US will account for about 21% of global oil consumption this year, almost double the China. In the second biggest, which is the second biggest user, estimates from the International Energy Agency in Paris. Right now, the price is around 101, just slightly below 102 level. Well, that's all from me. Thanks a lot for joining us, and of course, I wish you a successful trading week. Bye-bye.